Hi, it's Angie with News OK. I am here with Becky Varner, who is our recipe for health food columnist. Today we are talking about dairy in our lives and in our diets, which is so important, and sometimes we forget about that. But in the food pyramid, obviously, it's a huge thing to have included in your diet. All right, tell us what we're doing today.
Well, Angie, today we are going to make a cream soup, cream of broccoli soup. And the reason we're doing this is a great way to be able to get more dairy in the diet. A lot of people, as you mentioned, are lacking in dairy. And so we're going to make a real simple recipe. We're going to start with chicken stock. I'm going to just turn my burner on here. And a 14-ounce can of the 99% fat-free chicken stock, which is about right at 2 cups, is what we're going to use. Now, if folks have some chicken stock that they have in the refrigerator that they have from cooking chicken breast, they can use that. It's a good way to be able to use it up in soup.
There we go. There we go. Now, are you turning the burner on medium?
Well, actually, I turned it on high just for it to start, and as soon as it gets to a nice boil, then we'll turn it down to a simmer.
Okay.
I'm going to add 4 cups of broccoli, just chopped broccoli. You can use fresh or you can use frozen. If frozen is used, you need to be sure that it's defrosted and that it's at least at room temperature.
Sure.
Otherwise, it'll take a little bit longer for it to cook. And I'm just going to go ahead and put the broccoli in here.
Being careful, obviously, that it doesn't splash up on
That is right. That is right. And there we go. We have our broccoli. And one thing that I just want to mention, as this is beginning to cook, we want to let it cook for about 8 to 10 minutes, just until it's very tender. But this recipe, Angie, is one that people could use pretty much any kind of vegetable. Like if they like cream of celery soup or cream of asparagus, any of those vegetables.
You can substitute.
Absolutely.
Nice.
And the good thing is that's also giving them an extra serving of vegetables. So
that's true. That is true.
I'm going to.
That broccoli looks good.
Oh, I know. I know. And it's such a great time of the year to be able to use broccoli. Okay, we're going to let this come to a boil, and then I'll turn it down to a simmer. We'll let it simmer for, maybe 8 to 10 minutes, just until it's tender.
Great.
And I think it's beginning to boil there, so I'm going to turn it down just a little bit.
Okay.
And we're going to let that cook, and then we have another step that we're going to be doing over here.
Let's get to it.
All right.
Okay, well, now the broccoli is cooking, so while that is cooking, what are we going to do?
We're going to take 3 tablespoons of cornstarch and put it in our little container here.
Okay.
And you want to use a microwavable container because we're going to microwave this. I have 2 cups of skim milk. And I want to use the skim milk because it is, of course, it is lower in fat than any of the higher fat milks. And I'm going to just stir this to dissolve the cornstarch.
Now, how do you know when it's dissolved? I mean, are you going to...
You can watch it and
blend?
See. See, there are still a few little lumps there. And any lumps that are there, if you go ahead and cook it, they will stay lumps. They won't dissolve after they're cooked.
Okay.
So that's why we want to dissolve it. And it's just easier to dissolve it with a little bit of milk rather than more. And I don't think I see any, do you? All right, well, we're going to add the rest of our milk.
Okay.
And then for flavoring, I'm going to add a little bit of butter flavoring, 1 teaspoon. And this just gives a little bit of that butter flavor without any of the fat.
There you go. Nice.
I know. 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper.
Okay.
We're going to stir this up. And then, Angie, I'm going to put this in the microwave.
Okay.
And we're going to microwave this for 2 minutes. Let me put this in here and I'll cover it.
Now, do you need to put the power on high, medium, low? Does it matter?
I'm going to put it on medium.
Okay.
And the reason that we're going to just cook it for 2 minutes is we want to stir it again. If you let the cornstarch will begin to settle, and if you don't stir it while it's cooking, then you're going to get some little lumps again. You'll get the cornstarch actually will cook.
Oh, okay.
So
after 2 minutes, stir it, and then cook it for another 2 minutes?
And we'll do that 3 or 4 times just until it's a nice thickened consistency.
Great.
And so that's what we'll do.
All right. Let's wait. Okay, it looks like things are starting to really progress. We've got the broccoli and the chicken broth in the blender. Now what do we do?
Well, we're going to add our thickened milk that we thickened with cornstarch. And I just wanted to let them see. This is about the consistency that you would want it to be. And so we're going to pour this into our blender. And folks can use a food processor if they would prefer. I have both, and for something like this, I usually like to use my blender, but you can use either.
Right.
And I'm going to just put the lid on and turn it on for just a minute.
Okay. What kind of consistency are you wanting?
There we go. This is about it right
Okay.
here. And it's just, you can see a nice creamy consistency. You can leave it. We still have little bitty speckles of the broccoli that you can see. You can get it a little bit smoother than that if you want to.
Okay.
All we need to do now is pour this in our bowls and garnish our soup.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay, now here is our completed cream of broccoli soup. Oh my goodness, it looks wonderful. Oh,
Well, and it is delicious. Our recipe actually makes 4 servings, and you get about a half a cup of skim milk per serving and a serving of vegetables as well, plus the salad. And that's what we've matched this with, a tossed salad today.
there we go. And definitely you could add a breadstick or anything
Absolutely.
like that.
Whole
There
grain
we go.
roll, crackers, anything along that line. if you
Oh,
wanted
this
to.
looks wonderful, and I love the cheese on top. Oh my goodness, I can eat it right now. But actually right now we are going to talk to Susan, who's with Dairy Max, and we're talking about why dairy is so important. You know, I guess a lot of people, we're not getting what we need, but tell us why it's so important.
We're not getting the servings we need, and using milk in a recipe like this is a great way to get one of those servings. It's very important for us to get the calcium for strong bones and healthy bodies, and we get 8 other very important vitamins and minerals in dairy products. In addition to a recipe, you can use, you can just drink fluid milk, or you can eat low-fat or fat-free yogurt or cheese. Kids still aren't getting the servings that we need, so we really need to make an effort to do that, and it will help us with bone health throughout our lives too.
Thank you so much. And for more information, obviously, on the wonderful recipe that she did today, that Becky did today, you can check that out in the Oklahoman in the Life section. And then also just more nutritional facts and getting dairy back in our lifestyle. Thank you so much.
Thank you.